The phone rang loudly in the wide, quiet living room of my ranch house. I had just come back from feeding the horses and still had hay stuck to my jeans when I picked it up. I expected it to be my neighbor or maybe my sister checking in, but the voice on the other end was sharp and unfamiliar. "Mr. Beckett?" the man asked. "Speaking," I replied, wiping my hands on my jeans. "This is Attorney Jonathan Greaves. I represent Mrs. Elaine Rutherford. She is requesting that you vacate your property within 30 days. Her son, Cameron, is getting married soon, and they've decided your ranch is perfect for their new family home. You won't be given a choice. Legal action is prepared." I nearly dropped the phone. "Excuse me. You heard me. Mrs. Rutherford is reviewing the original deeds and claims your land falls under their association's oversight." I stood frozen, staring at my worn boots by the door. "That's absurd. I own this land outright. It isn't even part of an HOA. That will be up to the courts to decide," he said curtly, and the line went dead. Out the front window, I saw her. Elaine Rutherford. Petite, bleach blonde hair in perfect curls, in a rose-colored tracksuit, clipboard in hand, walking across my pasture like she owned it. Two men in suits followed her, surveying my barn. I slammed the phone down and stormed outside. "What do you think you're doing, Elaine?" She smiled as if we were neighbors catching up over iced tea. "Just getting things ready for Cameron, Silas. We'll need everything prepped before you move out." I was halfway across the yard when the taller man began noting things: the barn, the stables, the well from the 1800s. "You're trespassing," I barked. Elaine gestured smugly to a sign she had planted by my driveway. Asterisk future home of Cameron and Tessa Rutherford. Asterisk my heart pounded. One man unrolled blueprints across his car's hood. A mansion design stood in place of my barn. Before I could react, a pickup pulled up. Cameron Rutherford himself stepped out, all confidence and slicked back hair, flipping open a ring box. "Silas, appreciate you moving out. Tessa and I owe you." I hadn't signed anything. I hadn't agreed to anything. I clenched my fists. Before I could respond, Elaine snapped her fingers. Her men started from my porch like they were entitled to walk in. I sprinted across the yard, yelling for them to stop. They hesitated, then looked at Elaine, who waved them forward. "Get away from my house." I shouted. One of them had his hand on my doorknob. I yanked the door shut, planting myself in front of it. "Step inside, and you'll regret it." They froze. Cameron laughed. "Don't make this hard, old man. You've had your run. You've got 30 seconds to leave," I said, "or I'm calling the sheriff." Elaine gasped like I'd insulted her. Cameron smirked. "Go ahead. He's in our pocket." I called anyway. And while they watched, I dialed. Their confidence faltered. "Fine," Elaine snapped. "But this isn't over." They left. But I knew they'd be back. I took photos of everything: the sign, the blueprints, the tire tracks, and locked up tight. That night, a text came from an unknown number. Asterisk, "You can't stop us. Cameron deserves that ranch. Prepare to lose everything." Asterisk. The next day, I visited the county records office. Debbie, the clerk, handed me a thick file. There it was, my name on the deed. No mention of an HOA. Nothing about annexation. "You're not the first to ask," Debbie said. Some perfume-drenched woman came snooping. Wanted to reassign property to her family. I told her no. Elaine.as. I left. Another message buzzed in. Asterisk, "Paperwork won't save you. Plan B's already in motion." Asterisk, "Back home." A moving truck blocked my drive. Elaine and Cameron stood by, beaming. Boxes. Furniture. A crib. "You're just in time to help unload." Cameron grinned. I showed them the deed. Elaine didn't care. "We control road access, power permits, water. You'll leave, eventually." I filmed everything. The trespass. The lies. The banner. "We'll say you promised it to us," Cameron sneered. "Senility. You won't win." I didn't argue. I called the sheriff. Within 15 minutes, 2 cruisers flew up the drive. Deputy Miles Carter stepped out. I handed over the footage. "Ma'am," Carter said to Elaine, "you're trespassing. Leave now or be arrested." Elaine shrieked. Cameron tried to argue. Carter's hand moved toward his holster. They fled, but not for good. That night, another message. Asterisk, "Just wait. We're playing the long game." Asterisk, the next morning, A utility worker knocked. Got orders to shut off your water. HOA non-payment. I showed him the deed. Take it up with the board, he said, giving me 1 day. I stormed into the Ridge Hollow HOA office. They claimed my land had been annexed 3 days prior, fake documents with my forged signature. I forced my way into the board meeting. Elaine's voice rang out. Once his water's off, he's got no choice. I slammed my real deed on the table. This is fraud. Fix it or face charges. The board panicked. They voted to reverse the annexation immediately. Elaine signed last, trembling. You'll regret this, she hissed. I called the utility company. My water stayed on, but the next night, Carter returned with a court summons. Elaine was suing me for harassment, emotional distress, and blocking a rightful property transfer. I represented myself in court, presented the deed, videos, county documents, showed them every lie. The judge saw through it all. Mrs. Rutherford, your behavior is outrageous. You had no right. I rule in favor of Mr. Silas Beckett. Case dismissed. She offered me the chance to countersue. I declined. Outside, I thought it was finally over, until a man in a black suit waited on my porch. Mr. Beckett, I'm Leonard Price, real estate developer. Elaine promised me this land. I'll offer you $500,000. No deal, I said. He left a card. Said he'd be in touch. Days later, I caught 2 men trying to torch my barn. I fired a warning shot. They fled. Carter took the evidence. Told me to secure the place. I did. Cameras, locks, new dogs. Then came the worst, a county letter. Eminent domain. Leonard had bribed the officials. I gathered every piece of evidence. Then I took it to the press. Abby Collins ran the story. It went viral. People rallied, protested, donated. The county backed down. Leonard lost contracts. Elaine fled the state. Cameron disappeared. Then one quiet morning, a dark sedan pulled up. It was Madison, Cameron's ex. She apologized. Handed me a check $750,000 from her father, Thomas Maxwell. Asterisk to rebuild. No strings attached. Asterisk I didn't take the money to leave. I used it to build something new. Asterisk Whitestone Acres. Asterisk a place for veterans, ranchers, and dreamers. Training. Healing. Rebirth. The ranch wasn't just mine anymore. It was ours. And if anyone ever came for it again, I'd be ready. Because home isn't just where you live. It's what you're willing to fight for.